There's nothing to worry about. The most powerful exorcists among us are working on it right now. And they'll make sure that we touch down on the ground safely.
Exorcists? Like the ones with amazing powers who healed people during the epidemic? That's right. So please, have faith in us.
Peace, peace. Now the vibrate. Y'all know what it is. This about to get into a few things, but just simply put, understanding yourself and understanding your own path, especially through your natal chart, you know what I'm saying? Realizing with the moon in the 10th house, now the 10th house, you know, the 10th house represents like the external realm, because like whenever you look at your chart, the 10th house or your midheaven, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of in between the, either on the 10th house cusp, 10th house, 9th house cusp, you know, or if you're doing whole signs, it's probably in the 9th house or the 10th house, you know, but not getting into that. The 10th house and having the moon in the 10th house. Now, again, the 10th house represents, you know, what is seen, what is shown externally. So imagine having your moon in the 10th house, and how this came to me, you know, and I done said this in so many ways before for myself, you know, like being able to read symbols or like look at my awaken, like when I'm awake, you know, in my day to day, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote awaken in a sense of like not sleeping, you know what I'm saying. And again, when I say awake, for what we call awake, again, like when our eyes are open and we're out and about while the sun is out, you know what I'm saying? But literally, also the 10th house in essence could be almost seen like a sun sign. Again, the 10th house resonates with Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? And the Capricorn energy is about like how we're seen, you know, externally, how we're seen externally or how we're seen out in the world. Well, also, if you have the moon, which is emotions, intuition, and subconscious. In particular, right now, we're talking about the subconscious and intuition. So, like, say, for instance, if you have the moon, if your moon is anywhere, let's just say, because again, your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth house, in essence, is kind of somewhat under the horizon. You know what I'm saying? And the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th house is above the horizon. You know, hence why your MC, your IC, which is opposite of your MC, you know, your IC deals with your subconscious roots, and it's in essence, the 3rd house, 4th house cusp. You know what I'm saying? The 3rd house deals with the Gemini, but Gemini deals with your siblings, your community, like short distance travel. So like that's around your block, you know, that's your neighborhood. And 4th house represents the home, you know, your mother, where you was born, your roots, you know what I'm saying? And again, the 10th and 9th house, the 9th house opposite to Gemini, the 3rd house, represents long distance travel. So the 9th house is long distance travel, you know, and it could be like astral travel, you know what I'm saying, as well. But it's again, like are developing your own wisdom and system of belief. So in essence, opposing the 3rd house of like, you know, against siblings or close range travel, it's long range travel and getting to like understand things through your own experience, you know. And 10th house, which opposes the 4th house, or AKA, you know, like the Capricorn energy opposing the Cancer. And we say opposing, but not against each other in that sense. Just again, polarities, opposite sides, you know. But again, the 10th house is seen in the daytime. And long story short, because this is what I'm really getting to, for one, again, not comparing yourself to other people. So this video may be for those who have their moon in their 10th house in particular, you know, so this may be a little particular to some extent because of the energy of receiving a lot of your downloads, a lot of your subconscious awareness, a lot of your intuition. A lot of this may come to you in the daytime instead of the nighttime. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not going to dream or you're not going to get symbols in your dreams as well. But it's just the fact that, with the moon in the 10th house, you will see a lot of your subconscious and a lot of your intuitive awareness could show up to you in the daytime, And I also brought this up with the energy of me, like just being guided to certain things. Like, so say, for instance, some people have visions in their meditations or visions in most cases, I would say in their dreams, like when they go to sleep, they'll visualize some of this information straight up, like where they actually talk to a being or have that connection with their higher self and actually be shown some type of esoteric knowledge, while in their dreams. While people with this moon with the moon in the 10th house, you'll be shown these dreamlike symbols or these intuitive things that come up in your daytime. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, this is so important, because you would think like, oh man, because I'm not getting it just strictly in my dreams, something must be wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's where, not comparing yourself to others on your growth, is very, very important and very key. You know what I'm saying? Because you may have certain, and again, as I'm bringing up this natal chart alignment, this doesn't mean that we're a slave to our natal chart. It's just understanding our natal chart, and again, like, instead of, because we have this awareness of certain things in our natal chart, we're able to operate in a manner where we don't let the harmful aspects of our natal chart, in essence, like overcome us. We maintain a certain level of discipline because we know our natal chart says we like to eat cupcakes at night. So I know to eat a little more veggies and not eat cupcakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still the urge to eat the cupcakes may still be there in essence. But, because you're aware of yourself, you know how to operate and how to move accordingly. And with this moon in 10th house placement, it's like you get these dreamlike symbols in your waking state, like in the daytime. And hence why, like, I always told y'all, like, that's why, honestly, out of most people, and again, not comparing myself to anybody else who shares esoteric knowledge on, YouTube or in any way or any platform, because I know that uniquely I'm shown things in my waking state. So what that means, again, some beings, some people, in essence, have, let's say, close connections to certain spirits or certain, we could say certain spirits, certain archetypes, that I work with, or that's my spirit guides, or, certain archetypes that, are, whether it be ancestral archetypes, whether it be, just archetypes in general, you know what I'm saying? And we'll say, even just without bringing it into gods and goddesses, like just the archetypes of the numbers 0 to 9, you know what I'm saying? And what the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 represents, you know what I'm saying? And as for those who vibe with the Enneagram, you know what I'm saying? Or again, all the 12 archetypes, of the zodiac sign. But either way, it's some people, some beings that whether they authors who wrote books or whether they have YouTube videos. But this is why, like, a lot of times I'll be like, hey, much love to this person on YouTube, or much love to this, because I'm guided, my subconscious my, inner being or intuition shows me things in the daytime. And in the daytime, it's most likely going to be, something I see with my, in essence, it's still your first eye, but you're, again, like you're seeing it with your two eyes as well. So it's in your waking state compared to with your eyes closed and, seeing it in a dream, you know what I'm saying, or a visualization. And again, this moon in 10th house energy doesn't mean you don't see things in a meditation or that you don't, have vivid dreams or visualize things in your dreams or get insight in your dreams. It just means that a lot of those subconscious and intuitive things may mostly just come through, things in the daytime or while you're awake, so to speak, So with that awareness, what I'm saying, like, again, don't compare yourself to anybody else on your growth, just because you don't see them doing things exactly how you be doing it, because again, here it is where you're like I forgot what comic book this was in. I think a Doctor Strange comic, or it may have been a Doctor Strange comic, but in relation to Dr. Voodoo. But basically where the only problem that was affecting his magic was his lack of confidence in his own intuition and in his own magic that was bothering him. And again, that goes back to the inner realm having to be dealt with, and then it shows up externally, but it was his own lack of confidence in what he was doing and and his own inner knowledge, that was blocking him. So again, it's like having confidence in knowing yourself to the fullest, you know what I'm saying? Or having confidence, having confidence in knowing yourself, but having confidence in your intuition, having confidence in your perspective or ways of doing things, you know what I'm saying? Because there's something to it, and again, by knowing your natal chart, you know what I'm saying, and knowing these different little types of alignments, it could bring forth more clarity, because now, it even, because that's the way the mind works sometimes too, where hence why some people do read a lot of books, on that level too, is because although they may be getting an intuitive insight, when they also got about 7 different books that they were guided to read, that aligns with their intuitive hunches or intuitive, gut feelings, then that even creates more stability that kind of, in essence, grounds that energy. But again, everybody different. Some people can have that strong knowing and don't need a book to back it up. They just know, And again, a lot of us are like that, but I feel like there's a balance where if you have a platform, where you sharing it to people, and again, you could be choosing to speak to people who, could pick up on things like you pick up on things. But if you are choosing to reach as many, not say like you're trying to reach everybody, but like, try to make it as digestible as possible or reach as many people. Because that's, in essence, of course, we're doing it because we just love to do it. But along with that, is the energy of also, wanting, speaking so it can be comprehended or digested so people could actually use it to help themselves. So sometimes that comes with quoting, a book by Gerald Massey or Rudolph Steiner or, somebody from the Golden Dawn who dealt with esoteric stuff or, quote. But again, like, using books as a form of, stability and grounding that information, because some people, may not, like hey, I need the literature to go with that. You know what I'm saying? Where you read that at, or what kind of, or where can I read it? I trust that, I trust and feel that you're, speaking the truth on this. But hey, I'm a person who, I like a little literature, you know what I'm saying, to ground this insight, what type of book I could read. Well, hey, The Celestial Ship of the North, or Rudolf Steiner's Cosmic Memory, or, I'm trying to think of different ones, but, it sometimes that's necessary. When you're sharing knowledge on platforms, but just again bringing it simply to the perspective of, again, this moon in the 10th house energy. Moon in the 10th house connects with, what is seen externally. So again, with the moon being seen, and this also, again, like emotions, like some emotions you may not peep out internally as much as you could see it in others, and you kind of, see, and I say you don't experience those emotions for yourself, or that you can't sense them for yourself. Again, though, it's, in some cases, it could be more obvious, or again, just more seen, in your waking state, or externally, you know what I'm saying? In that type of manner. So again, when you have this type of placement, and again, this came to me just in awareness with this placement, and with anything, what I'm saying, with any astrology placement, there's other factors that go into this as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may be certain things that's conjuncting or trying, different aspects that could, either offset this energy or amplify, you know what I'm saying? So you got to know your natal chart as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the different aspects of your natal chart. But this is just speaking to this placement in particular, you know what I'm saying, for those who may have this placement, or should I say, so you could hear it thoroughly, this placement, not displacement. But we got some birds chirping at night. Like, yep. Matter of fact, daytime animal making noise at night while I'm talking about, again, gaining clarity of your subconscious or intuition, all the things that come with the moon, you know what I'm saying? And that would also mean that a lot of, with the moon energy, that's also in essence like our, with again the deep awareness of our subconscious, that's what creates the synchronicities, the magic, so to speak, so the daytime energy or the sun may help with, your magic, so to speak. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Because again, with that awareness, that just again creates that stronger energy to just know, this is why this happens for me, and not comparing yourself to anybody else. And again, this is, I done said this in so many ways and fashions, but I realize again, like with so many videos and with some of this knowledge I done shared, where probably done been little small snippets of everything I just said just now all together, probably was in small snippets, a little, little fractions of 3-hour videos and 2-hour videos, you know what I'm saying? So again, I just felt that vibe to share that in this moment again. But you know, just fully and in connection with this astrology placement, because I never shared it from that perspective. You know, I added the astrology aspect to it, you know what I'm saying? Because that's another thing I've been, you know, tapping in with astrology and just getting a lot more awareness about certain things, you know, in connection with, you know, astrology. So, but we're gonna leave it at that, you know, little 20 minutes, you know, little something, little simple. Not no big 2-hour video to, you know what I'm saying, take a long time to digest. Just a little 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But now it's a vibrate. Y'all know what it is. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now, again, don't compare yourself to others on your walk. Understand yourself to the fullest, you know, and that will, you know, help you very tremendously. Peace.